Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review, where me and my homegirl Erin can let you know about the What's Going Down episode of Selling Sunset. This is the final episode, episode 10, the big 1-0 for season 9. And also, we're going to give you the reunion also tonight, starting at 9 o'clock. Everybody, please help me welcome Erin to the stage.
Hello, aunties and unks. Thank you for having me. This was a good episode.
It was, wasn't it?
It was. It was a good episode. I literally had made some decisions about people that I wasn't sure of by the end of this episode.
You know, let's talk about that. Let's elaborate on that. You start.
I like Sandra. I've decided.
Yeah.
I do think she's willing to be. I think her delivery is a little bit phony sometimes when she's asking a direct question, but I actually really appreciate the way she said to Chriselle, "Are we cool?" Because like Chriselle was immediately weird. Like that response and showing her the driver's like that whole I feel like Sandra was asking a question and I even understood why she cried. Like that whole thing was like really weird to me. Oh, and I felt for Sandra. Like I think that she's cute. She, is direct and but also a genuine person,
I have mixed feelings on Sandra only because she gets in the business and she's already been warned, and I understand she doesn't have to take that warning as gospel, but it may be in her best interest because now she's more or less maligning herself with not everybody, just a few people, which is a clique within themselves. And that's not good when she's brand new. They barely even know how big her feet are, let alone anything else. So just for her to align herself with any group or any clique, I think it's self-sabotaging and she's making the wrong decision. I don't like it. She needs to be neutral and stop bringing up people's issues and at least try and make peacemaker and not try and tell people what they should do or how they should do it or even give her opinion unless it's asked for. I just think she's making some wrong decisions and she's brand spanking new.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like I'm left struggling a little bit. I mean, there are cliques right now. And I think that, I don't know. This whole I'm not loving the Chelsea, Chriselle, Emma group by in this episode. I'm not loving it. I'm not feeling it. So I kind of understand, but I do understand what you're saying because I think her telling Bree what Chriselle said was stupid. I think that was an area that she could have omitted that. But also, I get it. She's new and she's willing to be the one to say it in the group. Whereas Alana played it super neutral. You can't have everybody playing super neutral on a reality show, right?
Right.
Alana has carried herself in a way that is very likable. I feel like if I were in that group, I would have an easier time trusting Alana than a lot of them. just because of how she kind of comes off. Not that she
Right.
really, right? Like, so I think she's an example of playing it super neutral, but like in the reality show game, like we got to have somebody like that. I just let me put it this way. I was so thrown by the way Chriselle reacted to her that like I was all of a sudden on her team. You know what I mean? Like that's the truth. Like I thought that was the weirdest shit in Malibu.
You know, that's where we may disagree as well, only because I think Chriselle comes across in explaining herself very well in heated situations. And I just found what she said was appropriate and how she said it. I didn't think she was aggressive with it. I think she was very to the point and somewhat diplomatic because she still gives that sense of I don't hate you, I don't dislike you. It's just something that's present. And
No
that
way. No way.
really,
You come I come up to you and I say, "Do you have a problem with me?" "Oh, you want to go there?" And then you go to your phone and you get a driver's license
wait
picture
a
that
minute.
they
You just jumped the gun, just like Sandra did. It
but
wasn't that quick for her. Oh, it wasn't so venomous in that way. She actually had a conversation with the woman, and it was after a couple of sentences, more or less, trying to. First, she said she doesn't really understand, or she was actually trying not to go there. But after Sandra kept pressing, she said, "Okay, well, if you want to go there, fine." I don't know.
no.
I
The
just think
what
Rochelle's getting a little bad rap right now.
that was bizarre as hell. Okay, it's fine. So you just admitted it was a couple more sentences. It was literally Sandra saying to her, "I don't really understand. It feels like I get a vibe that you don't really like me." And Chriselle, in my opinion, acted super awkwardly to that. And then they had a few more sentences where Sandra was just saying, like, if there's something I did, I want to correct it, or, trying to have a very
Yeah,
direct conversation. I don't understand in any way how you'd be pushed to jumping to this weird side story. Like, and then pull out a photo of a driver's license. "Do you know this person? They said they keyed your car." That's literally some random gossip you're bringing to equate to someone asking, "Do you have a problem with me?" If she said, "I think you might be a suspect person based on what this person told me," then that's still crazy that you're calibrating her character over something like that when or if that's the case, stand by it. But like I just thought that it was fair for her to ask. Chriselle could maybe be caught off guard, but she then had this weird thing like rumor to throw at her, and I just really don't agree with it. It was awkward to me as hell. I'm like, whoa, you know,
I
it just
do agree it was awkward. I think in Chriselle's defense, that this is how I see it, right?
yeah.
When she asked, well, I don't want to keep saying ask and whatnot, but when they had the conversation
Yeah.
about why Sandra felt the way she felt, and then Chriselle brought her that information from her assistant. So this is someone Chriselle trusts, and she wouldn't ordinarily bring something she didn't think that was prudent or even false to Sandra in response to why Chriselle may feel a way, or that Sandra feels that there's something, maybe a disconnect. So I think by Chriselle bringing that to Sandra explains why Sandra may get a sense that Chriselle don't really feel her. And I thought it was appropriate. Well, this is why you may get a feel that I'm not really feeling you, because she believes her assistant. I mean, and I think she said it to somebody else, I can't recall, in regards to I'm going to believe who I know versus someone I don't know.
But she didn't say any of that in the direct confrontation. She backpedaled and said, "You're new, you just need to work hard and you don't need to
Yeah,
worry about trying to
she
make
should
friends." Like
have.
she didn't stand on that and say, "I think you're a suspect person because my assistant has vouched for the situation and he's accused you of something." I also feel like, you know, that kind of thing, it was just weird as hell. Like, she said, "Do you have a problem with me?" She said, "Yes, I think you keyed my assistant's car." You know? Otherwise, there's literally this jockeying of, like, "I've been nothing but nice to you." That's fine. I don't think Rochelle's been outwardly mean. Sandra's
Mhm.
picking up on a vibe. And if you're going to operate on the vibe that you think that she keyed her car, then okay, say, "This is what I think you did, and this is why I'm being weird to you." And then instead, she walked back on, "You just need to be new, do work, show that you're working hard. I don't have time for friends." That was that whole meeting where Chelsea and Emma and Chriselle all said that. And it was like, y'all are coming off like a pack of mean girls.
You know what?
Um,
Let's blame production because they're always known for leaving some ish out that needs to be put in or vice versa. Because it really does look odd that she would just jump to it without saying something similar to what I said. Well, the reason why you may feel this way, and perhaps it could be coming across, is because of yada yada. But if she didn't say that, she should have led into it and made it not just a, a catchphrase of bullet point types of conversation, and just had it a full blown sentence where, "Listen, because my sister, I believe my sister, all the things, right?" But I don't know. And at the same time, Chriselle doesn't seem to be present.
I 100% agree with you. Listen, Chriselle is beautiful. She's carried this show. She has, in so many ways. But this season, that lady it just did not jive with me. I'm just going to be honest as we're assessing the whole season. I'm like, what's going on here? And I just felt like that was such a weird confrontation.
Yeah.
I I also feel like, wow, like you're basically calling her like a vandalizer, like, like you're bringing that on. Like, I don't know, the whole thing was awkward to me. It didn't work. And production, if there's more that smooths out that road, it would have been great to have, because the way you edited it made it look like Chriselle was being really random with Sandra and like kind of a bitch. And like, I'm not saying that I agree with you. I'll walk it back a little bit that like Sandra has, said some things that, has gotten in the mix, right? She
Hmm.
definitely has. And I think the feedback that a lot of the older cast has is be more of a neutral newbie. But like I said, that's not good for the show. Somebody's got to be a little bit on the bold side to kind of like work it up, because y'all are sitting
Yeah.
there like little popsicle sticks with boobs, and like, trying to who can look thinner and prettier. It's like the reunion was painful to watch. I'm sorry. Like, we are getting into a place of like, y'all are beautiful, model-esque, but like I can see your heartbeat. It's really uncomfortable. Um,
Yeah.
so it is. I'm sorry. Like, Nicole freaked me out. Like, Emma, like, no, like there's just this the level of thinness that everyone's trying to achieve for this elitist look is scaring me. But I I'm like, that was weird as hell. That interaction just didn't work for me at all. And then they're like, well, I don't want to jump ahead, but and then there's the reunion where they were attacking Chriselle for her Twitter comment about
Oh, we gonna get
what's
it, girl.
name.
That was a good one. I
Yeah, so
mean, it's been a minute. They skipped a year, but it was good. Yes, yes.
I mean, I kind of feel like, Chriselle, are you ready to like not do the show and like go work on your fertility journey with G and have some peace? Because like that's kind of what it's feeling like right now, you know? Although I still stand behind her with I mean, there's some thing, anyway, but whatever. I just thought that was weird with Sandra. Like the whole this is an accusation, the way that that got thrown. That
Yeah.
house, by the way, I love the property, but give me a break.
Well, let's talk about the property of that billionaire thing, girl. Whoop, child. Oh.
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Now,
Yes.
the one thing I did not appreciate was how misogynistic this man was,
Oh, I
calling
know.
him babe, and that whole
Yes. A little greasy. Sorry,
girl,
sorry.
so
Like,
slippery.
yeah.
Just girl,
Yes.
girl, just
Yeah.
you
Mm-mm.
see the grease sliding down the side of the camera. Like, come on, dude. But
Yeah.
we know how it is. The 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 more zeros that are around, the more zeros are around. You know what I'm saying? Like, And
Yeah.
dude, I hope I didn't
Oh,
get a picture of him, child, because I
I can
really.
hear myself. I don't know if I need to. I might need to come back in. Oh, wait, wait, wait. I went away. Okay, it's good.
Okay, he's in
Sorry.
one picture. Hopefully it won't slide off the screen when I show it. But anyway,
It's the hills, man. I mean, I appreciate, but like all your property is like, a long pool in the backyard.
10 baths, y'all, 6 bed,
You know what I was thinking
15,000
about?
square feet.
Do you know what I was thinking about when I saw that? I was like, maybe it's because there's a bathroom in the gym, a bathroom off the theater, a bathroom off the kitchen. I don't know. I was trying to figure out where you could put bathrooms to make it make sense.
Well, I'll tell you this, 15,000 square feet is a big ass lot to have.
It is.
So I can imagine, a lot of space for things. And if again, when they have big homes like this, there's bound to be a lot of parties, and you need a lot of opportunity for people to take care of themselves. So ain't nobody trying to have a line at their house. Oh no, I'm next. No, they don't do that. So comfort.
Well, like I said, like a bathroom off the theater. So if you're watching, you could easily go to the bathroom. A
Mhm.
bathroom off the gym, so you can go while you're working out. I can kind of understand, like, I'm just trying to think of places where an extra bathroom would be convenient to your lifestyle.
That's the commission. And how much was it? Where does it go? Yeah, there it is.
That is 40 million.
Just
Cause,
a measly
cause,
36,995.
cause
That's it.
that's 37. And like at that point, you're basically at 40 million. Okay? Like
You
that's
know,
that's what the price tag is,
for real though.
with taxes and fee blah, by the time we get up there. Would you want this if you had that kind of cash to drop?
No,
Me neither.
I can't imagine utilizing the home to its fullest potential in that respect. I can't see myself having all of that going on, because, like I said, it's made for a lot of people. And then again, I don't know how the wealthy live. So hell, I just don't know. But I can say no, hell to the nah. Mm-mm.
I'll tell you why I wouldn't want it. I don't want to be up in the hills that much. I don't like driving up in the hills like that. It makes me nervous. The roads and parking up there is a nightmare. It just is. Um, and I'm sure this property has a driveway that can accommodate guests or whatever, but still. I also would want more land than this. I want more privacy. Like the view is beautiful, but on a hazy day, you're looking at smog. Um, I think that the door was stunning to this home. And then we got into some weird level neutralness that I just wasn't that impressed with. The kitchen was underwhelming for a $40 million property. Um, and if I were going to drop 40 million, I would want more of an estate feel, you know? So if I have to go to a different area, that's fine. Gosh, it killed me how beautiful the land was at Malibu, you know, but it just feels so
Mm.
risky right now. You know, it just feels
Yes.
so
Where's
unsafe.
where they say? Where they
Oh,
go?
and then he's all like, "Look, check out the leather
Okay.
fireplace." Okay, that's kitsch. You know,
Girl.
like I don't
Oh,
know, like with
where'd they go? I think I passed it.
so, you know, I don't mean to be snobby, but if I had 40 million to drop on a home, this wouldn't be it.
Yeah, that's the fireplace, y'all. That's all that leather. Here's a more close up to it. I'm like, leather fireplace. Again,
Look
girl,
at
I
that
don't
kit.
know. I
Like
don't know.
I would want a separate chef's kitchen or and like, you know, I don't know. Like I just
Lots of
y-
space.
mhm. This to me is like an 18 million house. I mean, that's beautiful and the light in the home is stunning. I certainly, you know,
Is that
can
mosaic? Mm, my lord.
but
Saw that already.
if I have
Studies.
that's beautiful. That's just stunning. It is, truly. I can yeah, I can appreciate that.
Where all the magic happens. Hello, all the wheels and deals. Dining room, child. Where the kitchen? Did I get the
That
kitchen?
wall is stunning too. Some of the stone in this home is really stunning.
I think I'm going over the same picture. There's more. Bree comes and they're talking. That windy girl. That's beautiful, but I need an elevator.
Oh, yes. Yeah. The stairs were beautiful. There's plenty about the house that's just stunning, but
Girl, peekaboo, where are you, child? Look at
yeah,
that.
beautiful.
And who was talking? Uh Sandra, what's her name? Mary, Bree came through. Sandra brings up Chelsea not coming to Galentine's. Here we go. Here we
Oh,
go with
it
all the
speaks.
mess. Like you
Uh,
know that she don't like she told you first she didn't like the girl. Why you keep bringing stuff up? I didn't get the kitchen. Must have went by too quick.
you
And
did get
this
the
is her
kitchen.
reaction. Like, girl, don't come, don't give a shit. Again, why is Sandra still just she's just instigating all over the town?
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's undeniable that she bone carried.
Girl. And I had to choose this again. Now, this just looks so crazy, doesn't it?
We talked about this last episode. This confessional look, girl, your head looks giant. It looks like you're like one of those little weird puppets that needs wires coming out of like a Muppet. How the Muppets had wires coming out of their hands so that like people could move them.
I wondered, is this filtered in some kind of way? Like it just looks so oblong. Remember the oblongs
Oh my
cartoon?
goodness.
I used to watch that in the middle of the night all the time. Oh my goodness.
Well, we already talked about lollipop heads, you know.
That she just looks so crazy. It has to be AI'd or filtered in some type of way because this is not her. It's her, but it's not her. She can't be that tiny with a big old head.
Yes, she can. This is the 90s revisited, okay?
Girl, but she look good in this tweed. Is that tweed? I love a good tweed. If it ain't tweed, it look good on her. Yes, Sandra over there meddling and carrying on. Let's get her off the screen because I don't want to. Emma and Chelsea looking all hot walking down the boulevard. Look at them, y'all. Look at them, child. Look at them.
Oh, I don't like this dress on Chelsea.
I loved it. I thought it was sexy.
I thought it was weird. I thought it filled her
Mm.
out in a way that was like not, you know.
Well, she need to get it about the pedicure water before it get messed up now. Come on, girl.
Ugh.
Because y'all getting your feet did and your nails did. Yeah, that was a cute little conversation they had, just
Oh, she does need to get it out of the water. Oh my.
girl. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, or even it's too close, even if it's like emptied out. I don't understand. Anyway.
I don't know how you're gonna hold this little frizzle frazzle dog with all the hair going on. You're supposed to be getting your nails did, but okay. They be doing too much with these dogs, child. I'm good with animals, but good grief, they gotta come everywhere y'all go to the restaurant.
This conversation was sad because Emma has like this leads to the reunion like um
Mm-hmm.
Emma, you need a therapist. You're stuck in a really bad, you are showing clear signs of being in like a toxic situation. Okay? I won't diagnose. I don't have enough, credentials to even do that. It's just you're showing some classic signs of where you are being mistreated, and then there's the makeup part and you get the rush of endorphins or oxytocin, all the good stuff because
Mm-hmm.
you've been suffering, while then you cycle back down and something bad happens and you run away, and your body, your nervous system gets addicted to that cycle. That's why so many women get stuck in abusive relationships and everybody gets so mad at them and so tired of watching them be stuck in that cycle. But
Mm-hmm.
there literally is, you have, the first part is acknowledging the fact that this is what's happening and getting some support to work on getting yourself out of it, because the way that she goes further to justify the situation is just it's sad. It's sad. Um, and listening to her say to Chelsea that, kind of, you never know, and it's like, oh no, he
Mm.
sucks.
Yeah,
So,
because at this point, all we know for the most part is that he obviously is some type of guy that is bothered by her success. He's not fully supporting her,
no.
and making her feel bad about the choices she makes, and it gets worse from there as we go into the reunion, y'all. But I I still like how Chelsea is supporting her,
Mhm.
you know, as friends do, without having to bad mouth him so much. Which also, look, the reunion covers all this, y'all. Just be sure and come back for that conversation we gonna have about that.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, because yeah, no, I agree with you. I think Chelsea's being neutral enough to stay connected to her friend to kind of know what's going on,
Yeah.
but she also is like growing in level of concern about what
Hmm.
Emma is playing with, and I think that she gets as honest as she can be. Like she stands up for the situation at the reunion. And for me, that's just affirming what I have been like, what I feel like we've been shown from the jump, that this chucklehead really is not healthy, and that she, like, the way that she was trying to like act neutral and not stand by what he apparently stands for or excuse his behavior, but like won't let it go either. It's like,
Hmm.
girlfriend, this is classic signs. And it's really unfortunate to see. So, when she said that it was over because the proposal sucked, and then they're having a conversation that you never know, I'm like, ew, oh no.
Yeah, it's like, girl, what don't you stand for?
Yeah.
Or what won't you stand for? Um, and just because you may have shared a dog or whatever the situation was, because that was sort of like uh, I don't want to say an olive branch, but a sign for Chelsea to see that, okay, they're not really over. But then again, if they're not sharing the dog as Chelsea thought they were, then there may be a good sign that it's over. But no.
Yeah, no, and it's like, Emma, you're a beautiful young woman.
Yeah.
You're wasting the best years of your life on a douche canoe, and it's really unfortunate. And it's like it's become clear by the end of the season, and especially at the reunion, you're in a bad situation. I don't care how much money his family has. I don't care if you've been flown on on a private jet to the Bahamas. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, any
You
of the
got your own
jet.
money. You can do it yourself.
Yeah, and like it sounds like there's enough miserable with this person that's not it. It's not it. And when you're like a top tier woman where you don't have you're thin enough and beautiful enough that you have all the pretty privilege in the world, and you're gonna
In
get
the
stuck with
world.
in the world, blonde white woman, like seriously, like you're wasting it on being in like what sounds like a shitty relationship, period.
I
Like
mean,
there's a
she doesn't recognize her worth.
no, and enough bad things have happened that it's like it's outweighed whatever good, and you struggle to come up with good, and I
Yeah.
struggle to come up with good every scene he's in.
Speaking of new scenes, because we're gonna move on, because
Yeah.
that dude. So the other team,
Truly at this point.
Mary joined Sandra in the green and Bree in the red, and of course Sandra wants to bring up instigating ass Sandra. You know, she in her confessional, she says she feels more close to Bree. Of course she does, because she wants to, get in good and all this, that, and the third. She's a little calculating, but anyway, she says she feels more close to Bree. And Bree gives Mary the invite to her Galentine's, and that's when Sandra wants to, say a little bit about, well, Bree had bad mouthed Chriselle after Sandra mentions Chriselle saying that Bree is nice on camera. So then, of course, Bree gives a little tip for tat. Well, she can say the same about her. It is what it is. But if you feel as though Chriselle, gives you looks or whatever the case that Sandra has mentioned, then it's probably what it is, because that's who she is. Like, come on, y'all. And Mary's just sitting there, just not defending. And this is where I was shocked to hear Mary not say anything.
Yeah, I was surprised that she didn't defend Chriselle because I thought they were closer than that.
Me too. Me,
Um,
me three.
yeah, I agree with you. This scene was a little clunky. Like the way that Brie was like, well, like after what she said about me, like, like, and then Sandra was kind of trying to backpedal. Well, it's like you already said it though. Brie was like, holding her to it. It's like if she's talking shit about me, then let's go. So the whole thing, I don't know. It just felt a little clunky though.
Yeah.
Production, you need to fix this.
Child. It's a whole lot of production need to fix. What's
Yes.
next? Chriselle. Oh, yeah, girl. Her and Sandra. Now, this is the listing that Chriselle has. It's cute. It looks like some fixer-upper. You can tell by some of the fixtures and things. It's one of those old school
Mm-mm.
situations. It's cute. It's all right.
No, I love Malibu. If I could have a choice of where I would put $40 million, unfortunately, the fires have made me very wary of it. But like Malibu is still to me the ideal. I love look at those trees and look at the land and like
Mhm.
I love Malibu's peaceful, especially when you got an ocean view. It would be Laguna or Malibu for me. But
Commission, y'all. All
not
right.
this house. No. I mean, I get it. You have to have another 20 million to redo or maybe, I guess maybe 15, but like you need a big old chunk of extra money to redo this whole thing.
So this is,
30 million for that. When I saw the kitchen, I was like, 30 million for this kitchen.
well, it's on 2.6 acres.
Yes, and that's the part that makes you, I mean, this is high. We never updated.
Here come the instigator, and here's the amount, y'all. 30 million.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
You need 20 more to redo you just I
Just
mean,
give
but
you a
that
little, clue
oh
as to
oh
all of the things going on with this house.
look at the land. Oh, and it's a view. Yeah. Mm. Ooh, yeah, you ain't buying it for the house.
Those beams tell it all, child. I mean,
Look at
if you
those
know, you
beautiful
know.
those beautiful trees. Yeah, like this is oh no, this is yeah.
The other side of the room. We're gonna see some more outside. Cute little pool. Well, no, that's a more of a sauna situation. Cute. Here's the other side. From the other side. You know what? I'm gonna need my pool to have some light to it. Not just the light, but I need it to be lighter. I don't like a dark paved or lined pool. It just gives me the creeps.
I was about to use the exact same word. It just makes me feel creepy. No, it feels like a horror movie, like something could come out of it. No,
Girl.
no, you're like I said, this is 30 million. Do you really want to have to do all the upgrades? Like I don't know, but clearly they think they're comping it appropriately. So, um,
Overcast like a mofo, ain't it?
right? Can't see nothing. But I'm sure when you can, it takes your breath away. I mean, I am truly a sucker for a beautiful ocean view. Like if you get to just see the ocean from out those two doors,
Mm-hmm.
that is so compelling. That is very compelling.
Yeah, I remember, where was I? I think where we're coming out of, it's where my sister lives now. Windsor Hills View Park, where
Hmm.
on a clear day, when you're coming down La Brea and you can see the ocean. Oh, just looking at that when we would drive home from
Yeah.
West LA on Sundays from visiting family and going to church with folks, we would always get dropped off on the weekend and get picked up by our parents. And we would go from West LA all the way to Gardena, where I grew up. And just coming, we would pretty much choose the same route. I think it was so scenic, you
Yes.
know,
Hmm.
because I mean, it's a lot of scenic routes throughout Southern California. It's just beautiful out here.
Hmm.
But when we came down, I just remember and looking at the ocean, I would just be mesmerized because sometimes the sun will be out, depending on what time we were picked up. And I could see the sun glistening off of the ocean. And believe you me, y'all, we were nowhere near the ocean, but it
Yeah.
was so visible and so clear and beautiful, as if we were at that listing that we saw yesterday with Chelsea down to the Hermosa Beach listing. It was just so
Right.
available to the naked eye. It was just so beautiful, y'all. So yeah,
Yeah.
I can imagine what it would look like if it weren't overcast.
Yeah, and the freshness of the air, the way that it feels, like,
Hmm.
and like this is a cute little moment here with like, the angle that we're looking at all of this, but it is still very hard to swallow for 30, you know, because you really like look, that's the dining room in with the kitchen. Like there's just really not much to this house.
Yeah,
So but 2.6 acres. And like I said, there's just to me nothing like the California coast view. Ew. Oh, oh, oh. I would take it over the skyline any day.
for sure, for sure. So after all that stuff is over, y'all, we get to
Uh, yeah. I
we
mean,
get to the conversation. Shout out to Zeus. And it was it was interesting to say the least. Now, this is where Sandra really wanted to hone in on why she feels a way when she's in the presence of Chriselle. She doesn't want to give off any negativity. She doesn't want to make Chriselle feel awkward. So she asked her, and this is what we were talking about earlier. And I still feel that Chriselle was, well, the way it was presented to us, right? I'll say this because I really do think production left out some stuff. They had to. But how it was presented was, as we explained, Chriselle immediately went to, after being asked, and she tried to play it off a little bit. Then she went to her purse, asked her, "Do you know who this is?" And of course, Sarah's like, "No, I don't know who this is. It's her assistant." And the fact that her car was keyed because apparently you and her assistant had an issue of sorts, and Sandra is adamantly denying, "No, it wasn't me, girl. I don't key cars, not even in relationship." Like, but Chriselle believes her assistant.
I don't think that's appropriate to bring up even as coworkers, though. Like, like Jason and Brett hired her, and like, no, this was weird to me. She showed her driver's license, for Christ's sake. Like, it's just like, and if that's the reason that you don't like her, you prove Sandra right that there is a weirdness, because you now are showing her the reason why. So instead of just going, "Yeah, I don't F with you, I think you might be a little shady because I have a reliable source that has said things about you," But this felt weird. Like we were blurring the lines of coworkers and like people, Like I don't know. I
want to
thought,
ask you something.
yeah.
Since Sandra asked her what the problem is, homie,
Yeah.
how else was Chriselle supposed to let her know this was the reason why she's giving that vibe?
Well, we discussed it earlier. She didn't really stand on business with it. Like she didn't go, "I think you might have keyed my assistant's car and you're weird. So that's why I'm giving you weird vibes."
Well, it wasn't, no, I'm not asking about the delivery. I'm asking, if you're saying this was inappropriate, how else is Chriselle supposed to bring this to Sandra in defense of why Chriselle is giving off some uneasiness around Sandra?
I think you could have said, "I have heard from some sources that like there's some sketchy situations, or that I've heard like your reputation is not is damaged because of something I heard." But again, the thing is that you have Chriselle bringing this out and then not standing on it even, and saying, "This is why I find, like, I believe that you might be like, an unsavory person." And then she went back and backpedaled and said, "Just do well at the office, just work hard." I mean, the whole thing was just really weird to me. Like, it was like, are we like admitting we don't like you and like proving it because of this situation, which I still don't think is like was done. I don't know. Like I said, I just thought it was weird as hell.
So after Sandra cries because she's emotional about this interaction, like Aaron said, Chriselle is guiding her to be about work. Don't make this an issue, because honestly, Chriselle is not making it an issue. I
Yeah,
don't
she
see.
is.
No, listen. I don't see her making it an issue in that she's not. She's inviting her to another listing. She hasn't presented anything other than maybe a look, or a not so affectionate uh uh memory for Sandra, but she's not making it difficult at work. She's not even bringing it up until she was pressed and asked. And that's what I mean by when I'm saying how Chriselle isn't uh I don't think she's being a mean girl about it. I
I
think
told
that she presented to her as she did. Yes, she could have explained more in detail, but I just don't. I thought it was appropriate to bring up since Sandra kept asking.
she but she didn't though. She just was saying to her, I get the feeling you have a problem with me. If you need to tell me something, go ahead. And then there was a weird, I'm not doing anything. And then it switched to, like, I don't know what you're talking about. I invited you here. And then it got to, oh, you really want to go there? And then it was this weird half-assed accusation, which is now damaging her reputation on TV because you're bringing up that she might have vandalized a car. You're not really standing behind that. And then when she's crying and upset, you tell her it's just about work. So I just read it totally different than you because I just
Yeah,
don't think it was appropriate or professional or whatever. I thought it was half-assed, throwing some shit out and then like trying to suck it back in.
I just remembered where she got where Chriselle does this, where she trusts whom she knows versus whom she doesn't. Last season, when she trusted um, um, Chelsea and Emma over trusting Bree in that situation where she
Mm-hmm.
thought Bree brought where Bree brought look, say it fast 5 times where Bree brought her homegirl to try
The
and
me, yeah.
destroy or mess with Chelsea's marriage, even though it was factual and actual. So perhaps Chriselle can take a step back, but at the same time, if she trusts her friends, she trusts her friends. I mean, this is her assistant.
This is it's still weird. And it's
It
still
is
like
weird. I agree. It is weird.
it's just weird. And like that's what I don't like. As much as I don't like Chriselle's jacket. Um I no, listen,
The
like
jacket caught a stray.
listen, that yeah, like that one, the last still you had of them, and it was Chriselle's back, and I'm just looking at two flaps, and I'm like, what are you wearing? Like, God,
Yeah, it is
you
a
know,
little. Mm.
this is just weird to me. Like, it just went in weird places. I just didn't feel like, I didn't feel like it was like addressed properly or resolved. I just thought it was weird. I feel like it goes back to that scene we see where Emma, Chelsea, and Chriselle are all just sitting there like, it's war, it's clicky, we're just gonna stick to ourselves. And it's like, yeah, it's kind of obvious. Like sides are forming, cliques are forming, and like people are not, like they've kind of made some decisions about her. I mean, look at the way Chelsea shut her down too. Like, I get it. Maybe you don't like her because she asked questions that she shouldn't and she's new. She wasn't Alana enough for you. Like you can kind of I would have appreciated Chelsea or Chriselle maybe standing on that, saying like, it's not that I dislike you. I just feel like you're a little too familiar for being a new person. Like that
And,
I would have bought.
and I can see Chriselle just wanting to rush through this, so she probably didn't say what she needed to say in the moment to make it a lot more plain versus just, going
It was
instead of doing what she did. She could have took more time, but she probably didn't want to. It seemed like she wasn't really interested. Like when she said, "Oh, okay, you want to go there? Okay, cool." So, she's probably just like, I really don't want to do this, but I will anyway. Let me just do it and get it over with.
I feel like she needs
Yeah.
to a break from the show. I'm not kidding you. Like I just don't this season for her, I felt like she was phoning it in or like not um fully present or like reacting
Mhm.
strangely. Just it just felt that way. I think that her IVF journey and like the stresses of a lot of that stuff maybe was present here, but like this was clunky as hell. I just feel like we were like not it's reasonable to tell a new person like you're coming on too strong. I'm maybe that's the vibe you're getting. Just let your work speak for itself. Let us build a relationship. But to then like bring in the driver's license picture they had to blur out,
Yeah.
and like, I just was like, that's tacky. This is weird. This is weird. You could easily just tell her to back off. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I don't know. It was like they could
Yeah.
have been like, or the truth. You're a little too familiar as a new person. I know you're excited to be a part of all of this, but a lot's going on. Just give us
Yeah.
a chance to get to know each other before, like, because I do feel like she was asking a question like, if there's something I've done, then I can adjust, right? And then instead she got a really weird reaction. I think Chriselle could have taken that opportunity if she wasn't feeling her, especially if she thought that the car key thing might be a possibility, to just tell her like, I'm a little bit hesitant with new people. So like, if it feels like there's something, no, I'm just, let's take some time to get to know each other. Don't worry about it. Or you're a little too familiar. You've overwhelmed me a
She
little bit by
is.
your
I mean,
enthusiasm. Right. So say that, but
Sandra,
don't.
she's doing too much too soon. She came
Yeah.
in mid-season, and ever since she's been in the business.
Yeah.
So again, I think she should have just, listened and chimed in if she was present in the moment during some, or maybe help to intervene while they were going through. But she keeps instigating stuff where she just got there 5 minutes ago. So at this point, probably Chriselle probably had enough, and who knows what has transpired before now, you know. But this ain't the last of this ain't the
Yeah,
last.
no, I just feel like this was a weird interaction.
This
It
ain't
could
the
have
last.
it could have been, it could have come off a lot differently, but like, Chriselle, you have a fail on the way you kind of tried to like manage this one. Because it was honestly a question that could have been moved along without that kind of crap. It could have really been. And so I will say,
Right.
maybe part of it was cut out, like you're saying, with production. I just was like, what the fuck? You could have just told her you're too strong as a newbie, like, or whatever. And normally I feel like that's kind of what Chriselle might do. So that's why I just feel like this season is not working for her so much. I don't know.
It ain't working for
Um,
Sandra too much either, because
mm,
girl, bye.
well, yeah, I
Anyway.
mean, yeah, she did come on very, she's always got like something to say, and very much feels, she reminds me of a little bit of Brittany energy from Salt Lake City.
Yeah,
Like, I'm here, I'm
she's
equal to
doing too
all of
much.
you. Yeah.
She's just doing too much. Speaking of too much, y'all, Brett then told, or I forget who told who about the hedges, because apparently
Brett hates Jason's hedges.
there
Brett
you
hates
go.
them.
I forget who it was who
Yeah,
hated
no,
what.
I got, yeah, no, the
Thank you.
personality,
'Cause,
right? Yes.
girl, I just put what I put. Jason and Brett take down hedge. I forget who was who, but anyway. So
Yes.
yeah, so Brett is happy.
Yes.
Now, he wish, they didn't spend 20K or however much it was.
Yes.
But I mean, he's giving our Rolex. So I don't want to hear nothing about no 20K.
Jason said I'm paying for it. So,
Yeah.
and Brett was like, good. Yeah, they had some brother banter.
Yeah, so it's a cute little scene, because child, we need a little break from all the mess, child, as you can see.
Yeah.
Woo, because what we about to get into next, child. Woo, honey. Um, we have a cute little moment with
Yeah.
Mary and Amanda rolls in, and of course, some more instigating because Sandra wasn't done with Chriselle. So Sandra meets up with Mary and Amanda, right? And Amanda lets us know that she's doing some artwork more. She's doing more artwork like she did last season. She had a showing. So she's getting ready for another one, right? Is that what I remember her saying? She's getting ready for another. She's getting some artwork together
Well, she
to
had a
present.
whole wing. She had a whole wing that she needed to
Yeah.
have stuff prepared for. So yeah, that's what I
Is it a
gathered.
showing? What is it called? Art?
An exhibit.
Thank you. An exhibit, child. And we
Yeah.
can't wait to see it. Hopefully we'll see it for season 10.
It would be nice. Like, show us some of the things people are
Yeah.
doing, Yeah.
And where's something else real exotic and gorgeous? Because, honey, we was like, what? She looks so good in that. So, anywho.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, So here we go. Good old Sandra. she um she lets them know about the convo with Chriselle, right? And Mary again is not speaking too fond of Chriselle. I'm just stunned as to where did, I don't want to say the hate, but where'd the love go? Because of course Mary mentioned Chelsea is toxic and how, how the last time they got together it was just too much. No, Mary, you got red for filth. And that's okay. Don't take it as if Chelsea is calling her toxic is just team too much. I'm sorry. Not sorry, but I just thought it was just doing way too much. But where'd the love go for Chriselle, Mary? What happened, girl?
I think she feels cold towards Chriselle because of her alliance with Chelsea. But
Must be.
I'm
Must be.
sorry, Mary. Like again, you are having an out of proportion, like you said, reaction to the situation. I just didn't feel it was genuine. You card, no card. You just sent flowers. You didn't text. You didn't call. You didn't do anything. Like you just sent flowers. I'm trying to get her
Talking
like
a mile a
weird.
minute.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I don't understand like why she's the villain in this story. It's the robbers that violated your trust in your home. It's not the person that sent you flowers. And even if she did it to be egregious, it's she didn't send you like a hitman. Like I don't understand. It was flowers. It's just so weird that she's trying to annihilate Chelsea on the fact that she sent flowers and it happened to show up on camera. And I mean, I just am lost. And she's so adamant that she's done with this. She did look nice here because half the time I'm like, Mary, you just look crazily overdone. Um, and like if you catch her at the wrong angle, it's like, what have you done to your mouth? But I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not aggressive enough or hostile enough of a move for you to be reacting like this.
It's really not.
And you got checked by someone who's like, how dare you think that I'm that much of an a-hole? I sent you some flowers because I felt bad that you got robbed and we work in the same office and I'm a human and wanted to show a gesture. Like I said, even if it was literally I want to look like a nice person on camera, she didn't send you like a bag of poop. Like get out of here. Like nothing about it was like other than maybe be annoyed and be like, you're fake, I don't accept what you did, like
Right.
and then keep it moving, but you're acting like she's violating your peace as much as the robbery, and it's crazy to me.
It
And
really is.
you need therapy, Mary, because this is ridiculous.
What's even more ridiculous is how she showed up at the doggone party, child. Wait till we get into that. This is Bree's Valentine's party. Everything is
Oh,
red
that
and
was so stupid.
beautiful. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're just getting together, all the things. Just want to show you a little bit of the ambiance. I thought it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Real pretty. And of course, now, first of all, I never took Galentine's as F Valentine's Day. I
No.
I always understood Galentine's was when your girlfriends love on each other and you gather them
Yes.
together and do the Valentine's with your girls. But I never knew it as F Valentine's Day.
No,
Did you? Am I missing something?
no, but I think it's just she's kind of doing both. Like I don't like Valentine's Day, but I'm here to do a Galentine's Day party. Like she kind of like was being really clear about that. So,
Knowing Bree, is there trouble in paradise? Are you being passive aggressive?
well,
Because I mean, just saying.
I what all I know is he sends the same balloon setup on Mother's Day to all his baby mamas except Mariah if she gets a different color.
Shut up.
Um, yes. Yeah, they all yeah, I it's really every now and then I just need to go look at all the different baby mamas because they're all doing it. They're all trying to be as beautiful and as thin and as like crazy looking as they can, and they all show their pictures of when Nick takes them on vacation. I think they go to the same Malibu house because you see all of them on the balcony. You can tell in their photos, you know what I mean? And then like they show their little pit gifts from him, and you know that they're subliminally like warring with each other. It's crazy. But all of the baby mamas got a certain color for Mother's Day, and Mariah got a different color. And they all just know Mariah is the queen.
That is one of the most lamest lifestyles.
I know. I know.
I
I
now
know.
I,
I know.
I'll say what's lame about it. Now, honestly, they're all choosing to do this, right? So if you like it, I love it. The
Right.
lame part is this color coordination situation on the
Yeah.
same shit that you're giving everybody. That's the lame the part about it that bothers me and makes me stutter. Like, really, dude?
His assistant probably got the instruction and just set it up. Like, that's another thing. Like, he didn't take the time to do that. Someone did it for him, you know?
Ivy would never.
I just don't want to be with a partner that is like that distracted. I guess is the best way to put it. You know,
Amen.
and no, whatever. Yeah, it's absurd. It's absurd. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he does on Valentine's Day because what you see 7 people. Well, Mariah's not in the mix. So, oh, and then is it Lanisha Nicole? I forget her name. She's so beautiful. Their little girl Onyx. She doesn't mess with him because she's moved on. She has a very serious boyfriend.
1 out of
Yeah.
15.
Well, no, but Abby De La Rosa, who looks so sad. Ozempic has taken. Ooh, there's Abby De La Rosa, and then Alyssa, and then Bree, and I think oh crap, I don't remember the one that has 3 of them. Like there's like I think 4 of them that are still very active in his rotate. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's just a lot of distraction and subliminal competition. I would just never want. Yeah, like they all had to do their Christmas photos with him in there, their different themes.
Shut up.
Yes.
Shut up. So he just rotates them out of into the same house and does the Valentine's thing with everybody but
No,
Mariah?
he has them all set up at their house. Like, it comes and arrives like a balloon setup. Like, but it's all the same color unless you're Mariah. They were like, yeah, it was like, yes, I believe it was like black and red or something. And then Mariah's was like neutral, like, or white or some shit, like it was different.
Well, I liked her dress, similar to who we're going to see later.
Yeah.
That was cute.
Yes.
And then as they're arriving, they're taking pictures and it comes out like this. Even though they're in the, I'm like, so she's already embossed in the picture, y'all. They just, they're imprinted on it. I'm like, if that ain't some sucker shit.
Listen, we know what it is, but you know what? I would have been there. I wouldn't have gotten too many injectables because I don't like doing shit on the fly like that. I don't care how good of a doctor you are. You're not doing like I'm not getting any major procedure of filler like on the spot like that. But I would have gotten the salmon sperm facial, I would have got an IV drip. I would have enjoyed it. Those noodles looked amazing. I would have had a good time,
As they're coming in, this one here notices a name on the table. You can kind of guess whose name it was, y'all. It was Chelsea's name. And next thing you know, she over there crying in the corner because she thinks Chelsea coming. Girl. Girl.
Mary, yeah, Mary, you're not
You know,
stable.
I'm going to say something, and I hope I'm wrong. This just seems so calculating to where she has drummed up in her mind that Chelsea is some monster just because she got read for filth. She was made to look like a fool, and she was pegged as wrong because no one came to her defense, meaning they didn't want to get involved and show look, and so they just wanted to sit back and let them do it because they are known to jump in. But at that particular point, they knew that Chelsea was correct, in my
I
opinion.
mean, maybe she just felt like she just couldn't handle being submissive after she got checked, you know? Like she wants to stay in this place,
Obviously.
right? She wants to stay in this place where Chelsea is the villain, but if they have to both socialize on an equal playing field, she doesn't want to feel like nervous or upset around her because of what she's been through. And I just think that like Mary is having an unstable reaction to the situation because now she's turning it into like I just don't want to deal with it. I just can't. I'm like, okay, Mary, you really need a break. You need some therapy. Like you have PTSD. You're like you're on edge. Whatever meds you're taking are not working. Like it's just we got to recalibrate. You need some peace.
It's just, girl. I
Yeah.
don't know. It's just reading into something more than just her feeling like she said she doesn't want to be uncomfortable at the party, girl. And then the hostess had to come down and as you can see, she's walking towards her and just comforting her, because they're clicking up on some I hate Chelsea shit. So they're the best of so-called buds at this moment, and they're just feeding off into each other. And Brie is giving her this, and she's just soaking it up. And I'm just sitting here like, I know this bitch ain't over there crying in the corner because she think the big bad wolf Chelsea's coming.
Yeah.
I just have no sympathy. I'm sorry, not sorry. You are a grown ass woman who needs to stand in her shit and just own up to the fact that you have an opinion about something. She has an opinion about something, but not once has she done anything to you that will warrant you to feel like you're in fear. Girl, go somewhere with that. You look too cute
Yeah.
to be doing, like Bree said, you too cute to be crying.
Bria was like, "What's going on? What is wrong with?" Yeah, it was really funny where she was like, this is a
Look,
complete overreaction." It was. It was a complete overreaction.
and
I'm
they
glad.
know it. They all know it.
Yeah, I'm glad that Bree just moved it along because it was
Girl.
like, no, you need to shake this off. And it's not even accurate. She's not coming, so calm down. Like, let it go.
So then they get to the festivities of it all, and they got give him a shout out, Dr. Orion. He's giving a little some Botox action. Like, girl, you the main one who need look at jaw tight and shit. Give her some, Doc. Give her a double dose, please. Whole thing. She's so stressed out, Lord. Help her, Jesus. And who else getting some? The instigator. She getting she getting some too. Both of them need some shit around their mouth. Calm that mouth down. And while they're having, excuse me, their Galentine's soiree, the other ladies are getting together. And guess who got the similar dress on, y'all?
Yep.
Don't they look hot? They look good, don't they?
They did. Yeah, they did look good.
And here's a little extra that I'm going to show. Here is Miss Chelsea and her body. Yes, ma'am. Work it, mamas. Get it, get it, get it, get it. And the ladies sit down and they're just, chomping at the bits, having a good old time. Um, and this is where it got good for me because these heifers said, we pretty much, in summation, in my opinion, we ain't gonna let nobody steal our thunder. We are the top performers in this group. We ain't got nothing to worry about. We sure ain't got nothing to lose. We gonna keep doing what we do and looking good while we do it. That's my summation. And I love this about them. They're the ones who are being pegged as the bullies, yet they seem so unfucking bothered. Ain't nobody crying in the corner. They're enjoying themselves. They feel confident. They feel secure. And I hope a lot of that rubs off on the other ladies over there because everybody over there just look chomped up and brittle. But I love this about them. They're doing what the Galentine is all about, uplifting each other and loving on each other. I love that.
I don't buy it. I don't think there's a I mean, I do think that they are saying that to one another, but they're also shucking and jiving. Like no, like they're not. They are, and they're pointedly not going. They're getting together, and that's fine. They're saying, but like they're clicking. The click is clicking, and that's fine. But I don't. The click is clicking, so. The clicks are clicking. So, I think that they are just as diabolical as the other group, just works in different ways.
Diabolical.
Yeah. But if you want to take the high road and protect your own and not invest because you don't trust the environment, fine. Prove it to me next season. Prove it to me next season, and I'll believe it. This is my little ugly singing voice, but it's my little jokey voice. That's fine. If that's the road you want to take, babies, show it to me. I didn't see it at the reunion.
Well, everybody nervous and shit at the reunion. I ain't taking up for them. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Folks do act a little different at the reunion. They seem to either get emboldened or they shy away inside. So, child, who knows?
But I don't blame them. For the three of them love each other, getting together, not going to the thing. I get it. They were like, I don't want to end on the drama note. We're gonna be together, and I get it. I don't villainize them for it, but I also am like, y'all ain't it. 2 clicks. Okay, so we have 2 sides for season 10.
Well, actually, we got 3, and everybody else is Switzerland.
Right. True. Yes.
Oh, Lord. This episode speaks volumes at how. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna stick to Mary. Why aren't you? Mary has to explain why she's not friendly or friendlier with Chriselle. I mean, we both see or can guess why because she's close with Chelsea, but I don't know. And maybe that's why she feels more in support of Nicole as well, because Nicole is against Chriselle. I don't know. I'm just surprised that Mary would take this stance and not just keep it with the one person whom she only has an issue with, to be honest.
Mary to me is just dysregulated this whole season. That's what I honestly am chalking it up to. Like, I don't think Mary's head is in the game at all.
And I do want to also acknowledge, if I haven't already, how horrible it is to be violated in such a way. So I do understand her stress. PTSD is real. I'm just like, and I get she can have all the things for Chelsea because it comes out more so in the reunion as to her rationale. I just want her to explain this thing with Chriselle because I just don't think it's. She's had her back tremendously up until this point. I'm just disappointed as I'm just so damn pointed in Mary and how she's dealing with Rochelle at this moment. It's a little sad. But they have something going. Anywho. I'm sure Jason will straighten it out since those are his two favorites. Anywho.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think he favors more, Rochelle or Mary?
Mary.
Because he had her first.
There's something about them, I already said, they're like codependent to me, you know?
Wow. I think that was all of my notes. Did I have anything else?
Well, we gotta come back in a minute, so we gotta get a break.
Oh, yeah. So, y'all, hey, don't forget to come back at 9. We're going to do the reunion. Ooh, child, it's going to be spicy. Now, before we go, let's find out what Erin is when she ain't talking ish with me.
You can catch me on Facebook at Psychic Erin Boyd, Instagram and Thread, Psychic_ELB. Hit me up in the DMs if you'd like to get a reading.
Please do, y'all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Come on back. Bye. Ray, Ray.